Live on the streets of DC. Yo, headed to the studio.
Yes.
Get a little crazy, you know. As you can see, we in the corporate district. We like in Arlington right now, you know. Big buildings. You know, it's game time, baby. Live from Times Square. Yeah, live from Times Square. The celebration is here. It's here. It's here. It's here. As you can see, this is very spacious in here. This is the recording booth, and it's quite a facility. And you know, this is where we're gonna be putting the magic down. You know, we got the drums here. You know, everybody just trying to get set up. We're about to record an amazing record. You know, right? And this is how we doing. The classic 3000. It's custom too. Wood grain. Gosh almighty. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Let me get a better shot. Let me see.
This was the black one.
Oh, that's sweet. Where'd you get that done at? For Rat?
Yep.
For Rat, you owe us a shout out too, because we looking out for you. Introduce Bink too, and get a chance. Is he talking? He talking now. Nah, we got Bink. We got Big Homie in there.
You know, he big time. He big. He produced for Jay-Z, Eve, like everybody in the hip hop top 40. He done did a song for.
Get it? I already know what it is. You know, class is in session. I already know what it is. Put the record down, baby. You know. I guarantee everybody that's watching this on YouTube has heard this brother's music right here. No question.
You'd be surprised though, bro.
Tell him what it is. Tell him what it is.
You'd be surprised, brother.
Yo, it's that Champain Starts from the bottom, but something you say.
Studio's upstairs. Barbershop was downstairs, and I was upstairs doing a demo on this kid named Chance. And he heard me upstairs. He just came upstairs and just asked me to play some more joints. So I just started loading. At the time I was working on ASR 10, that's all I used to use in the beginning. So I just started loading up joints. And I played that one joint that made him wanna deal with me, which was the record Don't Leave for Blackstreet. So, that's when the game started. Like, just when you place your first joint, don't mean the struggle is over. Like, it's a constant uphill battle trying to keep placing joints.
There was a picture online with like lots of like basses and guitars in your studio. Do you play any instruments?
Yeah. I mess around with a little bit of everything, but I'm not fluent on the guitar. But as far as lead lines, stuff like that, or you know, like it's really no rules in making music. Like he said, you hear somebody with an ad-lib track on a Fender Rose. Like if you don't know how to play guitar and you want to play a chord and you know the chord, you can play it one string at a time. Stack them, chomp them, fly them down, and what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's no right or wrong way to do any kind of music. You know what I'm saying? You make your own rules. That's what makes your signature. You know.
Do you think just having a knowledge of the instruments that helps you as a producer?
I think it starts with an ear, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't teach a feel. You can mimic a feel, but you can't really teach somebody their signature. Because when I finally got my signature, it wasn't like that's what I was aiming for. It just evolved into that. Because at first I was Die Hard Tribe Called Quest fan. I saw me and my man we grew up on that, like, and I was mimicking Q-Tip and Shaheed, like, to the T. And I said, until I finally broke off and started doing my own little thing. But taking what I learned from them along with me.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And that kind of came into you.
Yeah, kind of came to my own eventually. But, you know, everybody's, you know, is an individual. So, you know, some relationships you may have and it's open, and you can really just, you got to really play it by ear when it comes to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because what you did with this guy, you may not necessarily be able to get away with this guy. Because, you know, when you're dealing with an artist, just sometimes you just got to take the ride, you know. If it's about the placement, sometimes you just gotta take the ride. Just you probably wouldn't like that, maybe, but it's like, hey, I'm gonna sit back on this one and just let them do it, because sometimes you can say one thing and they can just ruin the whole session, and now you have no placement. So you just gotta really gauge it according to who you're working with. But when you got somebody that's open to ideas, it's a beautiful situation.
I always ask them this one question. You're sitting there and you've just done a vocal take, and it's the worst vocal take you've ever heard. Okay? But the artist has no idea, they're kind of judging, they don't know what's going on. And what do you do when you hit the stop button, when the engineer or yourself hits the stop button? What's the first thing that goes through your head?
How can I tell this guy he sucked? Without offending him, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I get that across without actually offending him? But like I say, some people look to you for that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what you think? How that sound to you? And you be like, nah, do it again.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people think, yo, stack that. I'm like, stack it. Like, I don't think you want to stack that.
Bury it, right?
Yeah.
So aside from a deep passion for music, what drives you? Is it fame, or is it, you know, aside from music itself? We all have a deep love for it, but what makes you get up and go, it's time to write something else, aside from creative, the creative beast that you have to get out?
Countrywide Mortgage.
Make those
That's the right answer.
Power bill, water bill. So, I mean, that don't motivate you. You in the wrong game.
You're in the wrong life.
Yeah. You got life first.
What's your favorite synthesizer and why?
I like a lot of analog, like just the weird, like the SE1 and like the Virus and just all the stuff that you can really create, like just weird.
So you like the old, like say MS-20 or like some of the.
I'm not familiar with MS-20, but like the Juno 106.
Juno's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? The Wardorf.
Wardorf Q.
The blue. I think it's a triple stack.
Yeah, I think it's a one.
Yeah, it is Wardorf Q actually. And the Novation. I like a lot. So
What do you think about Nord? Like some of the
Nord
Nord modular.
Yeah, I had a
Like
Nord Lead too.
G2, yeah.
Yeah, I had that one. It was pretty cool. It just, when you get somebody up there that can really play, it just makes it sound so much better. Like when you go test the keyboard out, if you don't know how to play, you be like, oh, that's right. Then you hear somebody else be like, yo, what would you use on that? Like the very keyboard that you said was whack is the way he used. But it's just that it makes it sound so much better when you can actually play.
Well, it's about creating sounds from scratch to some extent too. If you go and dial through the presets, it sounds one way, but once you start
Exactly.
twisting.
Start mixing them up and stacking them, and you definitely create a whole nother vibe for it.